Hey everyone, thanks for your hard work during our first week of classes in our Latin American Studies course. I do understand that we are using a lot of different digital tools for this course, and I do understand that there's a little bit of a learning curve for that. So, if you have not yet posted your blog, or if you have posted your blog but you haven't yet shared it with me, you will see a 0 for that intro blog post. Don't fret. That probably just means I haven't found it yet, and that you just need to share it with me. If you've introduced yourself on Slack, I've placed points for that here in Blackboard. And so those were the two main assignments that were due during the first week. During week 2 of this first unit, we will be reading a couple of articles, watching a couple of videos. One is a music video, the other is something I recorded. I did record a bunch of lectures for this class. Um, you'll note that I mentioned the Guatemala study abroad quite a lot. When I taught this class last year, when I recorded all of those, that was going to happen in the near future. We are hoping to do that again in 2020. So again, keep it in mind because we are planning to go back to Antigua and do that program once again. So if that's something you're interested, please do ask. If you're pretty solid on navigating the course, you understand how to find assignments, so on and so forth, you don't necessarily need to watch the rest of this. Just let me know if you have any questions about the work on Twitter and the discussion work on Slack that is due for the second week of Unit 1. There is no additional blog post for this unit. We've already done that. If you do have questions about where to post things, how to get around the course, keep watching because I'm going to show you once again how that stuff works. So again, here is our course in Blackboard. This is the best place to start when you're wanting to get to work and get into things. If you need to still join Slack, there's a tutorial here, and you can use this link here. It's just going to open up our Slack space for me because I've already registered for it. You'll notice that Slack will open in your browser. I'm going to swipe to the side, so I apologize for making anyone feel seasick. You can also download Slack onto your desktop, onto your computer, whether you're using a Mac or a PC. So this here is the desktop version that I have. Here is the browser version. You can also download it on your mobile devices, whether a phone or an iPad or a tablet, whatever it is. So there are a lot of ways to access Slack. I'm going to close it for now. Again, it's up to you to watch the tutorial and sign up and join us there. When you want to go and get your work done for class, you will use the learning modules. Also make sure that you've opened the syllabus. You click that link, it opens up as a Google Doc. You can download it if you would like to have a static version that you can just have downloaded to your device, or you can always access it this way as a web document. So again, be familiar with the syllabus. Explanations for all of the different assignments are here in the syllabus. We can see someone is actually looking at the syllabus right now as I'm making this. So again, let me know what questions you have about that, if there are any still. I'm going to close that up. As promised, the learning modules. This is where you will find the work for each 2-week period. So you'll notice that each learning module, each unit covers 2 weeks. There's something due every week though, so you need to click on the learning module and then look at this unit overview and objective section to see what is due the first week and what's due the second week. So by the first Sunday, the second Sunday of the unit. So we are in the second Tuesday of Unit 1 today. That means that you will need to read, view, and listen to the course materials for this unit. I'll show you that in a second. Complete the Twitter assignment by posting 15 tweets on the unit materials, and then respond to the questions posted for discussion in our Slack workspace. So that's the work that's coming up for this remaining week of this unit. You should have already done these things here. And again, if you haven't yet registered for Slack, Twitter, WordPress, you have questions about that, please don't hesitate to ask. You can use the direct message ability of Slack to ask me those questions, or you can send me an email. My email is in the syllabus. You can text me. My number is in the syllabus as well. Do click on this assignment instructions tab when you get a chance. If you need to have a tutorial for how to get started with any of these, this section of our course contains all of those tutorials, all of that information. Okay, sorry, I got distracted by that email. So each unit will have, again, this list, so you'll know what's due each week. You click the next, click to the next section. I've made intro videos for most units. This one is the one from last fall. I will be updating some of these, but some of them are still relevant and still work. You can use these buttons to navigate the learning module, or you can use the table of contents. So I'm going to the next section here. This was something to have done last week. Again, if you still need to do it, go ahead and do it. You can still turn in anything and everything. To do your introduction, you will need to go to Slack. I'm going to swipe over just to show you where that takes place. The people channel in Slack. I've starred these two. They should still be at the top for yours, even if you haven't starred them to set them apart. But you go to the people channel. You can scroll down and read everyone else's introductions, and you can use this box here to write your own introduction to the class. All right. And again, keep tabs on announcements. That's where this will be. I'm also going to email it out to everyone since we're just getting started. After today, though, I will just put the announcements in the announcements channel. Then look through the instructions for the introductory blog post. So again, what I'm pointing out by doing this is that each learning module walks you through all of the work that you need to do. So this was where we ended on Sunday. That was everything that was due Sunday. Unit 1 course materials, you could have already gotten started, and I know many of you did, looking these things over. Remember, we're not using a textbook. There was nothing to purchase at the bookstore for this class. Instead, each unit learning module will have a course materials section, sometimes two. Sometimes there will be materials for the first week, sometimes a different set for the second week. You scroll down and there will be embedded YouTube videos with explanations of how to think about and approach those. Then there will be readings. These are a few different articles on how we should interact with folks in the global South, thinking about cultures that are different from our own. And then I have a video lecture that I made about the global South. So you'll watch all of those things. If you want to see the slides that I used for the video lecture, you click here. And those are the materials. So when I talk about the course materials, that's what we're talking about. As you watch those and read through them, you will need to post your work on Twitter. And when I say that, you can look over here at the assignment instructions and see the assignment for the reading tweets. You just essentially tweet your notes for what you're thinking, what was most interesting to you, what stood out, what you might have questions about from the course materials. So it's just a way to kind of somewhat informally get started thinking about the course materials, making sure that you've gone through them and read them, posted about them. 10 of the tweets just need to be your original comments about the materials. The other 5 need to be replies to either me or to your classmates. And you'll use this hashtag, our course hashtag, to see everyone's work and to respond to one another. So I clicked on this to open that just to show you. Many of you have already gotten started here. Oh, Daniel shared his blog here, so I forgot to look there. So I will do that and update your score. But again, as long as you type #LTAM1110 in all of your tweets, they will appear here if you do a search. So you'll have to also search for that hashtag or click the link that I have in all the learning modules to see what everyone is posting. So again, you scroll down. Here's the announcement about the talk that will take place tomorrow afternoon at main campus, extra credit if you can make it. There's also information on that in the announcements channel in Slack. Excuse me. So again, here's where you see what other people have posted. Mostly we're posting our blog links this week. But again, you'll just write what your tweet is, post them using this button. use this one to reply to others, and that's that. I'm not going to go into it any further because there's a separate Twitter tutorial. The Unit 1 discussion. This gives you the prompts, so you respond to one or the other of these questions, and you need to draw on specific examples from the course materials, from the videos and the readings that were assigned as you write your responses. So you have to have some evidence from those sources. You don't have to formally cite them, but you should make some sort of informal reference to them so we know what you're talking about, if that makes sense. If you have questions about that, let me know. But again, you look for these. I'm going to swipe over to Slack, and I've set up a Unit 1 discussion channel. I'll set up a separate discussion channel for each unit. And then what I've done is I've pinned the materials here. So you can also access all of the course materials here in Slack. You can also access the 2 question prompts. And then like Samuel did, you'll go ahead and just use this box to type your response. Again, make sure that you use specific references to the course materials in your response. So that's where you'll post it. And then when you need to go and respond to someone else's, an easy way to do that is to use this thread button. You could also do @Samuel if you want to respond to him down here. But again, if you just start a thread, it will pop up this other thing and you'll be replying directly to what Samuel wrote. Okay, so I know that was a bit more tutorial-ish than maybe you wanted. If you didn't need it, hopefully you stopped watching when I said you could. If you did, I hope it helped. I'm going to swipe back over here to our class. So again, if you use the learning modules and you use Blackboard as a jumping off point, you'll know exactly what you need to be doing and where. Then you can go to the different places, whether to the blog, whether to Twitter, whether to Slack, to get your work done. Incidentally, let me click here. This is the class blog that I'm working on this semester. There are links to it in the blog instructions and in the assignment instructions. But if you scroll down, you'll note I've started a blog roll, meaning you can go here and find a link to everyone's blog. If you have any hesitancy about having me post your blog here on the class blog, let me know and I'll keep it private in Slack. I won't put it up. If not, though, I'll go ahead and post it. And that way you can go and see what one another is writing on your blogs. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Welcome to the class once again. I think we're off to a great start. I've enjoyed meeting you on Slack, and I look forward to a great rest of the term.